everybody? It is the next day, and I'm at Grand Junction at the Pilot. I stopped to put like 20 gallons in just to be on the safe side for fuel on the truck. I had about a half a tank, but from here you start dealing with all those hills and climbing and all that stuff, and the cutoff point where I go from the 70 to 76 to the 25, there's really no Pilots and Flying J's over there. So I just got 20 gallons, that way I know I had enough fuel to make it, and I should be up there by 8 o'clock tonight. 8:30, shut down, hopefully find a place to park over there off the 25 in Cheyenne. There's a Pilot, there's a McDonald's, so hopefully find one. If not, I'll just go and park on the street where the Walmart DC is at, even though you're not supposed to, but I'm only going to be there for about 8 hours before I have to check in. But other than that, it's been pretty cool. It's been like in the 90s, 96. Right now it's like 106. So I'm taking my 30-minute break. That way I don't have to stop once I get closer. Because the 70 is really not truck friendly. They don't really have a lot of places for trucks. So I'll get back to you. Well, everybody, I'm here, stuck on the side of the road. Again, this time it's not a tire, and I got about 40 miles down the road from Grand Junction. Next thing you know it, I just started losing major air pressure. Just started losing air like crazy. When I set my brake, or when I set my brakes, tractor and trailer, I'm not losing air. As soon as I release the truck brake, I just got none, but I'm just losing straight air. Don't know where it's coming from. I'm trying to build it up, cut it off, push in the tractor brake, run underneath or something, try to hear it, but it's hard to fucking hear when you're on the side of the road and you got nothing but cars flying by. And normally it's you could hear it, but yeah, I don't know, but it's about 110 outside. Well, the guys here, it sucked because the reefer decided it wanted to defrost, and then I tried to move the truck forward real quick, build up the air and move the truck forward, but my truck decided it wanted to throw a fault on the transmission and not allow me to go in gear. But right now all he's doing is, like, I guess it's called piggyback. He's not taking the whole canister off, he's just replacing the main where it's actually leaking, instead of taking off everything and readjusting your brakes and all that. He says it's easier and faster, so we'll see. But other than that, there's a lot of bugs out here. There's a shitload of bugs out here. I turned the truck off, tried to just leave the window down because it's cool. Had the fan going, nothing really on besides the fan. And there was flies. Next thing you know, there was bugs, and I just rolled the windows up and waited. But in the next 7:50 hour, my 8-hour break will be up, and then back on the road. So hopefully my eyes freaking push through. So see you guys in a minute. See that? You see that? That decided to come on. So I'm building up the air. Hopefully it'll act right. I had this issue before, but I was always able to get in gear and come to find out it was the brains to the transmission. I had that replaced within the second year of me having this truck. So when he gets here to fix that, the brake canister's fixed. I'm not losing any air when I push in my tractor brake. So now I got this going on, and I'm hoping that it'll fucking act right. So I'm just building up the air pressure so I could get going when I need to get going. This is about a $500 bill just for that brake canister. So I'm not feeling it right now. I'm really not. And I don't know. Well, I'm disconnecting all the positive battery cables to see if this will reset the transmission. Hopefully it does. It put a lot of strain on the transmission when I lost so much air. The brake started to push out and slow me down. So, but the whole time I was sitting here, it had no problem. But as soon as I wanted to start it to see if I could move it forward real quick, it decided it wanted to throw a fault. So still sitting here, transmission still showing fault. I unplugged the battery for a half an hour, came back, plugged it all back in, put it all back together, still showing fault, and it won't go in gear. I could put it in drive, it won't do shit besides beep at me. Put in reverse, it won't do nothing. I don't know. Well, everybody's still sitting on the side of the road. Transmission does not want to work right now. And I called Breakdown. I asked them, I was like, is there any way you could find out in the morning if the Kenworth or the Loves have a laptop or something that they could hook up to this freaking truck to either clear the code or see why it's acting up before I have no choice but to spend $2,200 for a 46-mile tow. And I know that's what it's going to cost. It's not my first time having to get towed. So in the morning, Lowe's opens at 7, and before I have him come out, I'm probably going to talk to him and get the full rundown before I waste the money to have him come out and then spend extra money on top of it to where I have to get towed. Grand Junction, there's a Kenworth dealership over there, but I'm tired of going to the dealerships unless I absolutely have to, which mainly those are the times where I take it, and spend over $100 an hour for them to work on it or look at it. So by the time they're done looking at it, that's $300 just to look at it to find out what's wrong. And then to fix it, probably another $500, not including whatever the parts cost or whatever. So I'm waiting till morning and go from there. Really not able to do anything. I went underneath, I looked at it, freaking try to wiggle some wires or something. But I think by that brake canister going out and me losing air pressure to make it to this spot instead of just stopping in the middle of the road, it probably put strain on the transmission to it was like, what the hell is your problem? And oops, and it just decided to be like, no, I'm not working. Screw it. But these automatics are cool, great, whatever the hell people think of them, because they don't want to freaking use a clutch once in a great while, because they don't know how to drive in traffic with the standard. I don't mind sitting in traffic with a freaking standard. I'll sit in traffic all damn day with a standard and be better than dealing with the transmission that's all electronic and fucking want to give out whenever it wants to. Have a fault just because it's an automatic. It's a computer. Partially air ride. So it's like, with the transmission, it's either the clutch or your gears or something, to where you literally have to mess it up to actually get it to stop. Because I never had a problem with transmission in the standard. This is my second time in this automatic. I have an issue with it. Now, it was third time I had an issue with this transmission. First time, it erratically shift. They had to recalibrate everything. Second time, is doing what it's doing now. But the only difference is I was able to get the damn thing in the gear eventually, right? And then when I took it to the shop to actually get it looked at, it's doing what it's doing now, to where it won't go in the gear. I haven't had any transmission issues for a while. The last week or so, when I delivered in Lathrop, I was making a U-turn in the receiver, and I had to back up to finish my turn. Well, when I put it in reverse, it automatically went to fault, service failure, or whatever. So I turned the truck off, and luckily where I was at, there's nobody going that way, and I was basically blocking up the whole other side. But anyways, turned the truck off for like 2 minutes or so, turned it back on, it went in reverse. I haven't had any issues since. And then sometimes I know it does that just on GP. I'll be like, fuck it. But these automatics are pieces of junk. They do their job to an extent. With the standard, the only thing I had to change out was a clutch. And that was a used truck. I didn't have it from 0-100 miles on it. It had over 200,000 miles on it. And once I start training, of course you're gonna wear that clutch out. But I don't use a clutch. I float. Unless I have to back up or whatever. But other than that, there's no need for a clutch. And there's positives, there's negatives. This is one of the negatives. And this is the same issue I'm going through again, because Fuller or Eaton, whatever the hell the transmission name is a piece of junk. It'll get you down the road to an extent, but you're not reliable. Now, I got these little gnats or bugs, whatever the hell you want to call them, flying around, pissing me off. But anyways, this truck has 752,000 miles. I had it since it only had 2,000 miles on it. And once I got the transmission fixed that one time, I haven't had an issue since. But lately, it's starting to piss me off. My truck's been running fine. But other than that, I'm gonna try to see if it'll go again. The service guy told me there's a way to either trick it or reset it or whatnot, which I did it while he was on the phone. He was walking me through it, and it didn't work. He goes, well, normally it works for the Fullerton transmissions. For some reason, you have to do it every once in a while. But there's only 2 times that I know of that it didn't work. Well, now it's 3, because my shit won't go in the gear at all. But enough babbling on.